The next thing I want to talk about is like how old were you when you learned about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Like the
Uh,
first time you saw that movie.
the first time I saw the original one, I was like, it was actually like my first like horror movie.
Yeah.
Well, the first like classic horror movie.
Yeah.
I saw him before I saw Halloween and Friday 13th and all
Mm-hmm.
those. So, I think I was probably 8,
Right.
and I got it off of a friend, and he was like, "Watch this," and he was like 14, and I was like, "All right."
Yeah.
Took it home, popped it in the VCR, and yeah, dude, it was like shocking as shit because
Mm-hmm.
especially at 8 years old, you're watching this old ass movie, and it's like convincing
Yeah.
with the narration in the beginning and shit. I'm like, what the fuck am I actually watching?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know what it was. So, yeah,
My story is it's a little bit later. I have seen the Michaels, I have seen the Freddys, I have seen the Jasons, I have seen the Hellraisers, and I had always heard this title, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's
hmm
a movie called Summer School. Okay.
yeah,
And in there they talk about, like the stoner horror guys and stuff are like, if you get an A on the test, I'll screen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre for you. And I
yeah,
always thought it was fake. I always thought it was fake.
hmm
And then I'm like Oma, I'm like in high school. I'm in high school.
wow,
And my good friend Brian says, "Have you ever seen a Texas Chainsaw Massacre?" And I was like, "That's a fake movie. That's a movie from summer school." He's like, "No." And we go to the video store and we rent the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it first starts. And I knew when the shit was really on at that beginning where you see the sun doing the like those sun waves and stuff, it
yeah,
was really like they're real grainy, and the from the camera
hmm
and that wah 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 noise, and you hear the radio guy, and I was like, this movie is fucking tense.
yeah.
And it was my first introduction. I came late, but man, when it hit me hard. Like, I think after I was done watching it for the first time, I was like, "You want to watch it again?" It was so good. Like I said, there's only been a couple movies out there that have ever done that to me where it stuck with me. The Exorcist, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, maybe the first Alien movie, because I always talk about that. Uh, just certain horror movies that just really stick with you. And this one does. So, but
Yeah, I mean, and that's a testament to like how insane that movie was
yeah.
that you were in high school and had already seen these other horror franchises, and
Yeah.
that specific kill still shocked you.
And
Like
it was effective without being like
bloody.
yeah, it literally had pints instead of gallons. And for seeing movies like, Jason and Freddy where they were using gallons of blood, this movie had just a little splatter here and there, a little like dab of it, and it was effective. When they hang the girl on the meat hook,
Yeah,
I believe they hung her on the meat hook. They
yeah,
could have done it silly, like I watched a behind the scenes where they wanted the hook to poke out of her chest,
yeah,
and they were like, "Yeah, we can't do anything like that on $35." So
yeah,
they just hung her, and she just sat there and screamed and pretended to be on the meat hook, and I was like, they fucking hung that woman on a meat hook. And it was great. It was perfect. And that is our love with Texas Chainsaw Massacre.